Hey everybody, good evening. This is your host Eli and Jax, my co-host. How
No,
are
I'm the
y'all this
host. He's the
evening?
co-host.
Okay,
Don't get
same
it
thing.
wrong.
Hey Tony, hey Dave, and hey
Dave, Willie,
Vegas,
Tony, Vegas,
Christina.
Paranormal. Sissy, I saw
Um,
you in here.
what's up,
Christina.
Brenda? Shoot. Um, hey guys, good treat for y'all for tonight. I'm gonna bring them up. Eddie and Jen, and some. So
And so
yeah, and some.
he's like, hey.
Hey, he's on mute.
That's right. Y'all mute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you want me to times I've done that? I'm sitting here having a conversation. They're like this. I'm like, I gotta say it again.
My bad. Say hi, boys, again.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. So how's everybody today? Good.
We are doing great. I hope you are as well.
Doing excellent.
I want to say hello to
Hey,
people that is
Erica.
in your chat. Viking King, Vegas Paranormal, David Woofy, Christina Bell, Tony Rafter. We love you. Erica Luna. God bless you guys and thank you guys for coming in. And hopefully you guys shared Eli out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like and share and comment, please.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
And David Woofy said lead, like, and shared.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So Eddie, we'd like to tell us a little bit about your channel and how you got started in the paranormal and
Well, when I got started in the paranormal, I actually did it by accident. I wasn't going to stick with it long because to give a backstory on me, I am actually a musician. So I do a lot of music. So a lot of stuff that you hear on my channel is stuff that I actually did.
oh wow.
So when you hear my intros, my outros, stuff like that, I've done. I have people that's in the music business, such as my friend DJ Quads, that let me use some of his music. And so I'll say 60% of the music I do basically is mine.
Awesome.
So when I started the channel, I did it because of my boys, because my boys, Tony and Cody. Well, Cody, first of all, is a huge James the Fam fan.
Oh, he's awesome.
We love James.
He's
Yeah.
always watching James, and Cody is semi-blind and intellectually disabled. And so Cody always wanted to be like James. And
He
one of the
relates to him.
Yeah. And so one of the things I instill in my boys is that you can do anything you want to do in life. So don't just dream about it, but be about it. And
Exactly.
so I decided, if they're going to try this, let me try it first. So I started off with Eddie. It was actually called Fun with Eddie and Jen, when we first started our channel. And then I started realizing we wasn't really doing anything that was fun. We were just going out and we're going to restaurants and stuff like that. And so I decided to change our name to Eddie and Jen the Vlogs and then some because, first of all, I and my wife are really paranormal enthusiasts. I will never tell people that we're paranormal investigators because we're not, but we are paranormal enthusiasts and we have been for over 20 years.
Can I ask you a question about that? What does that mean?
Paranormal enthusiast?
Mhm.
Enthusiast is a person that loves the paranormal, whether it's UFOs or cryptids or
Anything.
spirits, anything that has to do with something not normal. You got to remember the word para means not and then normal,
Mm.
paranormal. So anything that's not normal, we like that stuff. And so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have been for over 20 years. And
Awesome.
so there's a lot of times that we'll go out and do spirit box sessions and we will not film it because we were doing this way before YouTube. We would go out and use the SB7 and talk to spirits, And so, like I said, we've been doing this for over 20 years. I was a ghost brother before Ghost Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I love
Yeah.
them.
I
They
like
make
them
me
too.
laugh. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I like their
I mean,
TV
some of
show.
those things they do, they go in, they're like, and they always send the one guy in. I'm like, why you gonna send that boy in there? You know he's
I know.
scared. You go
Right.
first.
Yeah, but they're funny too, like
Right.
The best one is when they were in the ballroom and he was dancing.
Yes.
And then he was breaking it down. And then he got his character
We've seen
out.
every last one of them,
I love
and
them.
But another thing is we're also friends with the Kling brothers. Now the Kling brothers are, they used to have a show called Ghost Lab. Okay.
Oh yeah, I like
I know
that.
they are.
And they're from San Antonio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Barry Kling is actually a special eds teacher.
I didn't
And
know that.
so we met at a Special Olympics game up in what was it, Georgetown, Texas?
Yeah.
Yes.
In Georgetown, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And I knew who he was right off the rip. And so we had gotten to this big conversation for like 2 hours, and we became really good friends.
Ghost Lab was good because they took what could be paranormal, not be paranormal. They broke it down in that big truck and said, "Look,
I'll get to that.
Was it paranormal or not?"
Right. See, they're the ones who, Barry and Brad, they're the ones who taught me to use my senses more. Because when they go on an investigation, it's like they said, your best tools for a paranormal investigation is your eyes and your ears.
Yes.
And what they do is they first go into an investigation, they just listen. They just look around and listen for the first 5 minutes. And he said, your senses never go wrong. And so that's one thing I've always done. And I told him that, plus the fact that I've met Lorraine and Ed Warren,
Wow.
And that goes back to 1980. I want to say 1985, when my first wife passed away in 1984. And I swore that I seen her at the foot of my bed. And so Lorena Warren had a seminar in my hometown of Akron, Ohio, at the Quaker Hilton, which it was the Quaker Hilton back then. And so I went to the seminar and I sat there and I talked to her and her husband. And then she told me 9 times out of 10, I did see her and she wanted me to see her. And then they told me how I could communicate with her. So I would use a transistor radio and just use the white noise, go up and down with the dial and all that. And words would actually come out, And so I've been using a transistor radio from like the early 80s to like the mid 90s, and then started using the SB7 when ITC Tech came out with the SB7 Spirit Box, And so I still favor the Spirit Box over anything. But I do have another app that I use now, which is my Phasma box. And I was recommended to use that app from other bigger, I won't even say they're YouTubers because they're not. They're Dalen Pratt, who was one of the Ghost Brothers, told me to use that. Him and Jawan both told me to try using that. Barry Kling told me to try using it also. So I used it, and they told me that it also works off of radio frequency. That's what separates this app from everything else. But anyways, to go back into how I got into it, when me and Jen met, we met in 97, got married in 98. And then that's when we both found out that we were really into the paranormal. And so we started going to cemeteries and mausoleums and doing spirit box sessions. And like I said, there's a lot of times that we don't even film it, And so when we started Eddie and Jenn, the vlogs and then some, we decided, you know what? Why don't we start filming our spirit box sessions too? Why not? And so we call it the and then some because we do more than just family vlogs.
Yeah.
And so that's the history of why we call it Eddie and Jenn the Vlogs and then some, and how we got started in the paranormal was by a freak accident.
Oh wow, that's wild. So what do you think about the Necrophonic app?
I like the Necrophonic app, but you got to remember it's an app. It's any app can really work for you. If it works for you, that's great. I will never dissuade anybody on any app. I will never do that. If people ask me personally, what I personally use, you cannot go wrong with your SB7 because it's been there for ages. It's the white noise that you listen for. And then this Phasma box is another one that you can't go wrong with.
What's a Phasma box? Can you show us what?
Well, I can give me a second here.
Oh, that's cool.
Because in order to show you, it's on my laptop. Now, in order to get the Phasma box, you have to have like a Windows 10 or greater, because like I said, it runs off of radio frequency. Let me grab it here.
Okay, thank you.
It's kind of like the thing that CJ has, that little radio. It looks like a radio.
Oh, that one.
It runs off of radio frequencies.
I didn't know what it looked like, so.
That's how it's when, if you ever watch his videos, it's like a blue-green box. Okay. And the stuff he gets out of it is like he uses an echo once in a while, but it looks like a radio. Basically it is radio. It is radio.
Yeah. Thank you, Jen and Eddie. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I just realized I gotta plug it in. It died on me. My laptop died. Give me a second.
No, you're good. You're good.
And he just got that blue box a couple of maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago. He pulled it out, and I was like, "What is?"
Oh wow! So I gotta check that out. No, you know,
he has money to buy trinkets like that. Like,
I wanted to explain another thing of why I wanted to make this channel different than any other what you would call paranormal channel. At the end of all my videos, see, because a lot of people look at the paranormal as a negative. So at the end of all my videos, I like to put something positive, something that you might relate to. And so I always end with a positive note, on all my videos. And so because I don't want to be like everybody else. You got so many paranormal investigators out there, paranormal enthusiasts out there that start their videos with paranormal and end it with paranormal. Exactly. So like I said, they look at it as a negative. So at the end of my videos, I always have words of encouragement and positive. And so that's what sets me out from everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. It don't have to be all like ghouls and
right. And plus the fact that I'm always shouting out other YouTubers. And a lot of people thought that was weird because I'm like, wait a minute, man, you giving us a free plug and we don't even know you, And it's because I want people to get to know you. It's not about me. It's about we. If we're going to be unity, then let's show unity.
The whole thing as a whole.
Yeah, because a lot of people think they're all that, and they're like, "Oh, I'm better than you," or "This person's better than you."
They don't belong in this field. Then they don't belong in the community. Then they're separate.
We are not better than anybody. I'm not better than the next person, and nobody else is. And I show that. So I show other channels love.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are like, man, you only got like this many subscribers. Why are your subscribers count so low? I look at it like this: if God wants us to have more, we'll get more. Exactly. But until then, we're happy with what we got now.
Yeah.
Let me plug this.
Yeah. It's just like being happy just to spread some love,
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people are just like, oh, let's just spread drama. Let's just spread this and that. Why not spread some love once in a while?
Well, it's like we don't care about the subs. We interview smaller channels and other bigger channels to say, hey, there's other, not everybody's paranormal is for every other paranormal.
And not everybody's paranormal either.
Right. There are some people out there that just, don't know how to get in touch with, or even like they've had a first paranormal experience. And, we can like it's kind of like if some paranormal investigators do this, some do that, some do this, some do that. We like to tell them, like, look, it's okay. You can talk about it. Because when I first started, I couldn't talk about it. It was 1980s. They put you in a little wagon and a little, jacket.
Yeah, right.
You're going to have a nice little rubber room to bounce off of.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of people don't talk about it.
I saw nothing.
I mean, it's even now these days. Like, if you had an experience like I had, you don't talk about it because then you're like.
Ed and Lorraine Warren did it. But they were more like the scientific thing, and that's how it came out. But when they were doing more and more stuff, people were like, whoa. And they proved it. And they proved it time and time again.
Yep.
Tony Raptor said, she see you.
I see you too, Raptor. I got a
He see you, Tony.
Right?
He see you, girl.
Now, I'm going to show you this. I don't know how much you'll be able to see.
Let
me put you on.
Let me cut this slide off. Okay. And this is the Phasma box.
That looks cool.
Okay. Awesome. And it runs off of radio frequency, even though it's
paranormal.
And I really do recommend this app to a lot of people, especially whether you're a paranormal enthusiast or paranormal investigator. Ooh, I am black. Ooh. Let me get this.
Gosh, you know what?
Man, that brings me to something I was telling Eli. I said I was having a really bad day one day, and it's just like I was like down with my daughter and stuff, going through a lot of crap. But I was watching. I came across one of your videos. You were walking through a cemetery. You had a black do-rag on. You had a black shirt, black everything. And the comment you made at the end goes, "I am out here. It is you." Look, I commented on it. I was rolling. I'm like, did he just say? Yes, he did just say that. I rewind. I went, I'll watch more of him. I was rolling. You like, I ain't got no business walking through no graveyard and 100 degrees, a black shirt. Oh Lord, I was crying. I was crying tears of joy.
Oh yeah, and
I think I commented something like, I had a really bad day, but that just made me smile. Oh,
I do that.
That was so funny. It was so funny. I'm like,
I'm always cracking.
I told Eli about it. He goes, he did what? I said he did. Oh, that was you just were off the hook with it. You just came right. I said it.
No, right?
Oh, I laughed so hard. I was crying tears of joy. I was laughing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. I know you know which video you're talking about.
Oh yeah. I call it as I see it.
Yeah. so what do you think people that are out there like going for a thrill of it? Like a thrill person.
Hey, so what's up?
You mean people that's out there?
Thrill seeker, yeah.
Well, you know what? One of the things I never do is I don't put people down. I mean, we've already had channels where they clashed with other YouTubers, you know, and talking and downgrading them and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And we don't do that to nobody. If people want to fake their stuff, that's fine. I mean, you know, what doesn't come out in the wash should come out in the rinse, and that's how I look at it. You know, and that's why I would never call us paranormal investigators, because we don't investigate. We love talking to spirits.
Yep.
And it's just that. I mean, if I get invited to a paranormal investigation, I will go. Like John, the paranormal guy, is a paranormal investigator. He has the equipment, and I'll go out with him. And John is amazing. We love John, you know. And I've been invited.
Come to Arizona. I'll go with y'all too. I haven't been out one yet. Come to Arizona. I'll take you to 100 places.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been invited. We've been invited to a lot of people. You know, they say, hey, if you're in this city, let us know, and you know, we can collaborate. I told them great, and I let them know, hey, I'm not no paranormal investigator. I leave that to you. But when it comes to the spirit box, I do know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm doing. You know, and I tell people this. Let me say hello to Cassie. I love Cassie because I see she's out there. I love Cassie. I love you, girl. You know, Three Souls Paranormal, Bud Files. There's so many people I know I missed. Adventures with Ben.
A lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot. Double D Paranormal Adventures. God bless you guys. Through the Veil is a wonderful channel also.
Yeah. Oh, she's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Hawk Paranormal also. I do love Hawk Paranormal. You guys, y'all need to check each other out. Second Star Survival. You know, this is why I love showing love to other channels.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm trying to work it, you know, or trying to make a network or anything like that. But what was I saying before?
Okay, then.
I done got myself off track. Where did I leave off? About other channels. You know, I look at it like this. You know, you got some channels out there that try to be, you know, better than the other. And there's no such thing. The paranormal community is gone. You know, there's no unity anymore because everybody is to each his own.
Exactly.
You know, and they're playing cutthroat. And you know, when we leave this earth, there's no such thing as playing cutthroat because there's the only professional I know in when it comes to the paranormal is if you're deceased already.
Exactly.
You know? So other than that, we are kind of like scientists, you know, trying to figure out the unknown.
I've been there, done that.
Right. See, so we ourselves, Mary, I love you too.
Okay.
So Mary.
Yeah, Jax, are you okay?
No. Her computer died, so she'll be back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Jax.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't fault anybody on what they do. If they fake their stuff, you know, that's on them. Like I said earlier, what doesn't come out in the wash come out in the rinse. I'm not going to call you out, but you know, you make it hard for real paranormal investigators to investigate.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, because then they'll think everybody's fake.
Exactly.
You know, people that's in the cryptids, you know, they'll think everybody's fake. You know, whether you're in cryptids or ufology, paranormal, it doesn't matter. Everybody's fake, and a lot of the community have done that to themselves. They put their foot in their mouth. You know, people call their own selves out. You know, and them channels know who they are. They say, "Hey, I admit we fake this and we fake that." Trust is like it hurts after a while. You can barely trust anybody.
Exactly.
So that leads into why we don't really do that many live streams. The reason why is because number one, it's not really about the trolls. I don't care about the trolls. I mean, if the trolls come in, I'm glad because that's giving us views, and that's how I look at it. But as far as anything else, I'm not worried about us getting doxxed or anything like that because we're well grounded, we're well protected. We talk to the police, so they already know about us. And if anything, if someone was to try to do that, they'll go after that person that made that call because they already have our info. I love Emmy. Emma's Jim is M's here, babe.
Oh, she's awesome. Yeah. What's up?
I love him.
How's it going?
She and her husband, those are beautiful peeps right there. I'm sorry.
They are.
I feel like
You're
I'm
good. You're good.
What is it? What is it? ADHD? Because I'm also looking at the chat and I'm saying hello to everybody.
No, you're good. You're good. We're just hearing you.
Yeah, that's how I look at the paranormal, and I tell you, there's some wonderful YouTubers out there that even though other people might have downplayed them, I still think they're great. I'm talking like there's Patty. She's still, in my eyes, she's still a great person, and people, dogged her out and this, that, and the other. I've never dogged her out, she's great people. Omar is a great person. I call everybody out. James the Fam, we love James the Fam.
No, he's awesome.
We love what he stands for, especially when it came to my boys. So there's a lot of Emma's Jim, Em and her husband. They're wonderful. I love Em. So there's a lot of people that we always stick our chest out for. I don't care what people say.
Exactly.
If people want to talk bad. People talk bad about us all the time, mainly because we're a mixed couple. And
wrong with that.
It is what it is. But at the end of the day, this is who I come home to, my wife and my kids. This is my life. Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
And so that's why I look at the paranormal as it's for us, it's a hobby. This is something we love to do. We've been doing it for over 20 years. Got my haunted dolls over here.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about them too.
Yeah, we do have our haunted dolls, and we have a haunted apartment.
Oh, yeah.
What could you ask for? It's like every place we get is haunted.
Exactly. Well, we gotta admit, I mean, the land, it could come from the land as well. I mean, like you never know where battle ended up at or how many people died on the land. I mean, even when it comes to attachments with animals, dolls, the house,
right?
Even with mirrors, I mean, they're portals to the other side as well,
right?
And all the other stuff, even cars, even your pencil, even your computer, even your, anything could be possible.
Oh yeah. Anything. This vape could be haunted. It all depends on where it came from, who had it last, so you never know until you do the history on it. Like on them dolls over there, all them dolls have a history to them.
Did you want to show some dolls?
Yeah, I'll bring them. Let me go bring them over.
Yeah, that's interesting right there. It makes you think though, how many people used them? How many people really loved them before they died? Like,
now this one right here, her name is Inde. She's basically 104 years old. We believe that it's the spirit of a little girl. A lot of the times that she'll come out, you'll see her at the corner of your eye. You'll see her 1 minute, the next minute you don't.
Done with the dog.
She's very shy, but she loves me. We were gonna actually give this doll to Emmy at one time. Mary said, "Why does that matter? Really, people don't like you being mixed couple. We gone back to stuff. You know what, Mary? To be honest with you, though, we still have a ways to go. You know, but it's okay. It's how we live your life. You know, if we keep passing that love, you know, and paying it forward, we don't have nothing, you know, to worry about. And
I think I commented on one of you did a video about that, and you were saying how your families do that. I said, "You're welcome to my table anytime." I raise my children. Look, if they cut themselves, we cut ourselves. It's the same blood.
Exactly.
That's right.
We all bleed the same blood. And I raised my children better than that.
And Emmy, this was the doll that was with Andy. It was supposed to be Andy and Inde, but we decided to keep Inde. Something just told me to keep Inde, and so I gave Emmy Andy. So she has and I have the other one. So this is one.
Emmy, maybe that was the one playing with your lights the other night, girl. I saw that live stream.
Oh, I've seen that too. That was wicked.
I saw it turn off your lights.
These other three, I won't bring them up because they're kind of fragile. But
Dale wants to know if you want her name.
We got them from an estate. I have to ask Jen. Jen knows the name of them. I forgot their names, but they're not negative energy. They're really positive.
Yeah, Val said if you want to really know her name,
You
the
want
one
to
that you're holding.
her name? Inde? Actually, that is the name that came up more than once. When we first got her, when we got her from the owner, as a matter of fact, we did a video on Inde.
Damn, you funny, no dolls for me.
And her name came through. And then we just recently, last week, did a spirit box session with the dolls, and Inde came through again. That's how we know it's basically Inde, but I forgot the other three's names. So that's my age coming in.
Eddie, do you think?
Hey, I just turned 50 yesterday. I feel you.
Cool. Do you think it's if they're male, female, the ages?
Well,
nice.
Inde is basically a female. It's a little girl.
I did, Emmy. I did.
The others, though, I'm not too sure of yet. Still, we got them from an estate sale. The owner's granddaughters said they did not like how they kept looking at them. You know, and so they would have them, you know, put on a on a stand, and they would have to cover them up because the girls, their granddaughters, were afraid of them.
Oh wow!
And so we, when we bought them for $30, all three.
Oh wow!
They just gave them to us, and so when we bought them, we did a spirit box session. As a matter of fact, we had a friend of ours that come by who was a clairvoyant. And she told us the names of all three and told us that they had a history. You know, two of them had suffered abuse and was killed. And then the third one, I guess, had died, which was the bigger one. That spirit had died in a fire.
Wow.
You know? So, yeah, it's a trip. You know.
So you think they really love the dolls, or you think that that's something that was around them when they passed and they just love that thing very much, so they're attached to
they're attached to those dolls. They love those dolls, and so they got attached to them. And so, you know, we brought them we take them everywhere we go, basically, when we move, and they've been like beacons of good luck for us because, like I said, they're not negative; they're actually positive. Really good dolls. You remember the name of the big three dolls?
Do they move when you're not looking?
Sometimes. And we got it. We got it on video.
I gotta check that out. You have it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I think we did some on YouTube. We did one. I know we put it on TikTok, and because when it moved, you would also see the EMF meter move.
Oh wow!
You know,
do they talk? Like, do you hear voices like in the living room when you're like?
Well, see, that's the thing here now. We have other voices that come through.
Ooh, like what?
Because it's really bad here. There's so much negative energy that tries to force its way into our apartment.
We have to bless the house and keep it.
Yeah, we had to have our apartment blessed by a priest.
There's a evil portal that a meth head a couple apartments down opened up.
And I'm gonna be filming that house. It'll probably be up Wednesday. What happened was I snuck in the apartment and filmed it, and did a spirit box session. And wait till you listen to it. It's crazy.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah. And this chick, she was a meth head, but she opened up a portal. She had a book on Satan, and they did seances, and they used Ouija boards.
Oh, yeah, those are terrible. Hey,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, we tried it when we moved in. Help.
So let me
Right.
ask you a question.
She wanted us to help open another portal.
Yeah. Well, you got to be careful with seances because I know you guys know about ectoplasm. You know,
Right.
is that possible for it to come out? I heard that hurts when it comes back in. You know what I mean?
You know what? I don't want to say it is, and if I haven't seen it myself,
I haven't either.
so it's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know, I believe in what I see, and that's why sometimes it's hard for me to be afraid of something that I can't see.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. But it's
You know?
so much evil, gloomy, depressing energy here in this neighborhood, actually, because there's so many murders and suicides and fires that people died in. I mean, it's crazy because if you guys watch our videos, we live not too safe of an apartment complex.
Right.
We
We live in a gang area. We didn't know this was gang
Bloods
territory.
live here and they run this, and we didn't know it when we moved in here.
Wow.
So it's like really bad.
You shown a video where it was like a spirit. I think something happened to your car, but there was a spirit in the bushes.
Yes, in the bushes.
That was wild.
And I was thinking to myself, and I still think, to me, it seems like maybe it was cats running or something like that. But then people kept telling me if it was cats, then how come they didn't come out the other side? Which was true. I didn't see them come out the other side. They just ran across. You know.
And then you can see one jump from the bush down.
Right. It jumped from the bush and then ran across.
Yeah. It could be it could be a spirit animal too. I mean,
right.
It's crazy because if you notice, I always notice when energy happens here, like evil things happen here, there's always bad juju afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
For say, like the activity gets ramped up here, or you'll see shadows or stuff after the incidents have happened.
A lot of people say that that shadows are just really bad. You know what I mean? Like it could be a spirit.
No, that's not necessarily true. And I will, you know what? I was talking to Barry Clean one day, and we was talking about shadow people, and the reason why some people see shadow people and some people don't is because they want to be seen. If they don't want to be seen, then you won't see them. Yeah. It's just that simple, you know. And it's like he said, that doesn't mean that shadow people are bad people. Yep. These are displaced souls, and some of them may be replaying itself, which is called residual energy. Yep. So they're gonna do what they're doing, no matter you're there or not. They're gonna keep doing what they're doing,
and they're not gonna even notice you're there.
Right? They don't even know that you're there. They're paying you no attention. You know, so that's why I tell a lot of people we've been in the paranormal field a long time, but I will never call ourselves paranormal investigators. I just won't do that.
Have you ever played the Ouija board?
No,
I will not.
No, but you know what? I tell people this: if you mess with a spirit box, it's just like messing with a Ouija board. Only difference with a spirit box is you can close it easily than you could a Ouija board.
Well, technically, the spirits were already there.
Right. I mean, that's the other thing, though, too. The spirits are already there. So all you're doing is giving them a voice. That's what you're doing with the spirit box.
You're conjuring them there,
right?
And opening the portal for them to come in.
Right.
It's a way big difference.
See, that's what I said. You don't start none, won't be nothing. Okay, just don't that little board.
Right.
Look, it is sold as a game. I get it. It's not the board. It's the intention.
It's the intent. Using it. Right. The person's intent.
I tell you. My son says one day, "Hey, Mom, let's get a Ouija board." I said, "Hey, son, move out the house." He goes, "No." So I called a friend, and 5 minutes later, he texts me back. He goes, yeah, let me tell you about that. You don't use your Ouija board, or even table tipping, or anything you're doing with the glass. It doesn't matter." He goes, "It can get on your property, in your house, and that'll be something you damn near can't get rid of. It'll be for the rest of your life. You never know what you're going to bring in when you do that." So he said, well, I don't believe you talked to this person. Well, I said, okay. So I messaged him back and he says, hi, CJ. By the way, I told your mom not to use it. And then he's like, but mom, you don't know. I'm like, bro, you don't know. We're not using that. He said, well, what if we just use a glass? I'm like, bro, we're still conjuring something. Just because you want to say, hey, I want to talk to my Nana, don't mean your Nana's coming through. It could be something else.
Exactly.
And look, I got spirits in my house. I don't need another one. Just do. I mean, they come and go.
So how do you communicate with unwanted spirits in your house or locations?
We communicate the same way. You know, we let them know. See, and you can do this too. You have to set your boundaries. You set your ground and let them know that they're not welcome there. You know, you have to just
absolutely
down. And just, you know, and that's why a lot of people, they laugh when I tell spirits, you know, you cannot follow us home or you have to pay rent. I'm basically letting the spirits know you cannot be around us unless you're going to pay me to be in my house. You know, you cannot be here.
Okay.
And the spirits know.
You don't take no ghost money. You don't take no ghost money.
Exactly.
Real money.
Right.
So let's go back to finding locations. How do you pick those locations?
Before I go, I want to give a shout out to Second Star Survival because he said, "Screw these people, Eddie, brother. I grew up with all that and this because I guess he lives in the South. Love is love, brother. And you know what? Star Survival, love is love." As a matter of fact, later on this, we're going to talk about that too.
Yes.
The love part. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to conquer. Everybody said there's a lot that we're going to conquer.
Brought that up. It's right. It's true. Look, blood don't make you family. Loyalty does.
And
loyalty does.
And
your blood will stab you right in the back.
And shout out to Sean Cody.
Sean's out there. Wow.
Sean Cody's there. And there was one more. Louis Zinadog.
There's a lot of people.
A big shout out to her and Jenny McGinnis. I love Jenny McGinnis and Just Eve.
Yeah, she my mod god. She on the ball when she comes in here. She's like quick.
What's up, Paranormal World?
Yeah, Paranormal World said even using a digital recorder is conjuring. That is so true. You know what, Paranormal World? I told people just that. When you're using a digital recorder, you're still conjuring. So it's how we talk to the spirits.
Love is all you need.
Talk to them with love and respect. They will feel it in your heart.
You're right, Jenny.
You know what your intent is.
Exactly.
And that's why when I talk to spirits, I go, hey, I let them know I'm here out of love and light. I'm no disrespect to you. And they know what your intent is. And so once you get that, then they'll be glad to talk to you. You got to remember something else also. If you were mean and nasty in life, you're going to be the same.
You mean and nasty in death.
Right. So you do not change. Your spirit of your energy will stay the same as it was when you were alive. So we still have to treat spirits with the utmost
respect.
Exactly.
Because they were people at one place or time.
And I know, but just one thing. A lot of people say, "Oh, when you die, you go back to a young age whenever you want." No, when you die, you go back the way when you die.
You stay the same. You.
Yep.
Right.
You're you.
How do you know you're going to be?
How can you be you if you go back 40 years
always?
Later, you can't.
You stay 40. Yeah.
Right, and that's right, Paranormal Underworld. So you treat the spirits the same way, the same respect that you would want. You treat them the same way, and you'll go fine. You'll go far with them.
Exactly.
I've had people, spirits that talk nasty to me one minute when I go to a cemetery. I'll go back to that same cemetery the next time, and they treat me a little better. And then I'll go there again, then I get a little better because they're getting comfortable with me.
So Eddie, can I ask you a question about that? Like, when I understand that you would go back, they treat you better. Is it because they're taking out what happened to them on you?
Yes. Yes. A lot of spirits, they've died traumatically. It could have been a car accident. They could have been shot. Any spirit that dies traumatically, I think what happens is you basically jump out of your shell, like whoa, and you're watching yourself.
It's just like you go into a haunted location and they're throwing things and stuff like that. They think that they're being overprotective about their area, their spot. You know what I mean?
Ghost Tracers.
Exactly. Hey, Ghost Tracers. How's it going?
Hello, Ghost Tracers.
You know, Eddie, I watched one of your videos, and you went to this this parking lot, and that's where you used to work when you were younger.
Oh yeah,
And you had no idea spirits even but upstairs there was something up there, and your boss was like, no. You're like, yeah. I mean, that was a young age to say, I'm not going up there.
Wow, what video was that one?
Yeah, I
The
got
one where you had your first experience. It's the restaurant.
Oh, the young
Ohio. Yep, in Ohio.
Yes.
Now there's a channel called Do You Remember? Okay, it's on YouTube, and they had just so happened to have posted one day about Young's restaurant. That restaurant, it's in my home. It was in my hometown of Akron, Ohio.
Exactly.
It was there for a lot
now.
of years, and I used to work there. And I couldn't believe they tore it down. When I did that video on that restaurant, so many people called in and commented about that restaurant because so many people had been to that restaurant before, and they were so glad that I covered it because it was one of those restaurants that was forgotten about. I know. I said hi to Ghost Tracers. So everywhere I go, I get spirits to talk to me. I have a series called Honey, I Think Our House is Haunted, because they talk to me all the time. And that's why I told you at the beginning that there's times that we'll do a spirit box session. We don't film it. It's just for ourselves.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you have a spirit in your house, I mean, like I have spirits in my house. I get up in the morning, I go to get coffee, I say hello, I say goodnight to them, and they're just like you and me. They just want someone to talk to.
Yeah,
Could you imagine living
lonely.
alone and not having someone to talk to?
Right. And
Robert Caldwell, what is up, my guy?
You just got to remember that the spirits, wherever they're displaced, it's not that they're lonely. They're also confused. Some of them don't understand, that they're dead.
Some don't even know they've died.
Right. They don't understand.
They just don't know.
And so when we talk to them and we talk to them with love, it comforts them, that somebody is listening to them.
Yep.
But not all spirits are devils and demons. And I tell people
no. See, a lot of
no, I don't think it either.
See, a lot of people have that scary feeling when they go to location. Going back to that too. How do you find your locations?
I just go out on a limb and I say, "Hey, babe, let's go to this spot."
I'm a sensitive, so
Jen, I'll let Jen explain that. Can you all hear Jen? Because Jen is a
we hear.
Yeah,
okay.
We're here. Yeah, we don't want to be hurt. Or
and to those out there, if you're wondering why Jen's way over there, it's because Jen just recently had surgery. And so I didn't want her to do that much moving around, but I guess she's coming over anyway. Babe, you want me to bring this chair over? Here, I'll give you this chair.
You got that one right there.
And you won't even need a booster chair.
What she said on your booster chair?
It's an inside joke with us because she's only 4'11".
So Jen, you're like me, vertically challenged. We are vertically challenged, okay? I can't reach a top shelf.
I tell her Mickey Mouse is taller than her.
Robert, what's going on, man?
Okay.
Awesome channel there.
My grandson is taller than me, and that's wrong.
All my kids are taller than me.
All kinds of wrong. But then again, everybody's taller than me.
Yeah, pretty much. It's sad when my own friend's 6-year-old son was almost taller than me.
Yeah, that's real sad.
Yeah.
That's real sad.
No, Val, not again. I have company.
But anyways, what were we saying? What were you up here for?
Sensitive.
Oh, okay.
like location.
Old.
Well,
that's okay.
most places, if you're really sensitive to them, you could sense them out. Like you feel they draw you in. They just draw you in. Like if we're driving and we pass something up, and I just have the instinct of I have to go there. You know what I'm saying? It's like they bring me to them.
Of course, yeah.
So, I've always had that gift. Plus, I know how to close myself and open my, my walls inside to spirits. You know what I'm saying? I've done it ever since I was a kid. I was able to see them growing up. Until, I bet you when I got older, back then they saw away from that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't too keen on the whole spirit talking and seeing thing. You were either crazy or, you know.
And believe me, I lost a lot of my own family members because of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mainly because, well, number one, by us being a mixed couple. Number two, because of us doing the paranormal. They basically think I'm just 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. You got to understand, some black people, you know,
Yeah,
a
they
lot
shy
of
away
them,
from that.
they shy away from the paranormal because a lot of them don't believe in it.
Yep.
You know, but I always
They think it's the
question them
devil.
with this: if there's no such thing as ghost, then how is it that you can praise Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you praise him as being the Son of God, and praise him as being the Holy Ghost,
The Holy Spirit.
and the Holy Spirit.
And he made all this happen.
Right.
It's a
But
spirit.
yet you don't believe in ghosts. You know, and so ever since that argument I used to have with them, they kind of just stopped talking to me because they hate to have truth spit on them. You know, but you
Can't
know,
knock people for their how they feel and how they, you know, see things or
Ghost Tracer
believe
said,
things.
I love the Ghost Brothers, awesome.
Exactly.
And I just give you a heads up, Ghost Tracers. I talked to 2 members of Ghost Brothers now, Marcus and
I
Dalen.
agree,
As a
dude.
matter of fact, I'm gonna show you something that Dalen sent us.
But usually it's mainly cemeteries, though, Eli. I don't do the whole house thing or buildings. I'm more intrigued by cemeteries. I like the older cemeteries, like the really old ones.
Look at this. Can you see
Oh,
that?
oh yeah. Ghost Brothers cup, was it? Yeah, cup.
That's their
That's
pancake.
their
Yeah,
pancake.
you wanted them.
That's their
Ooh.
pancake mix.
I wonder them. Oh, wow.
That's it from Dalen.
Awesome.
Yeah,
They
I
probably
talk,
dance around the kitchen making them pancakes.
What?
I talk to them a lot. You know, because
So
they
take a
love
look
my
at brothers, all right? I ain't gonna lie.
No. they love my spirit box
Yes,
sessions, and I've had a couple of other non-YouTube paranormal investigators say that our spirit box sessions are totally legit.
Yep.
You know,
I've seen them. They're awesome.
Yeah,
Double
especially
D
like-
Paranormal said that's the best he's ever heard someone say it.
Yeah.
On the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Well, it's a fact. It's a true fact, you know. Holy
True.
Spirit.
I'm sorry, this is our son Manny. If those that don't know, my son Manny here is
Hi,
severely
Manny.
autistic.
How's it going, Manny? Long time no
Even though
see, man.
they can't see your face because behind the microphone.
It's all good. Right. Now with cemeteries, I know a lot of people don't.
He wants to cook it.
Give me
a lot
1
of-
second.
Okay. A lot of people don't respect the cemeteries. You know, they lean on the stones and everything, and they step on where they're buried at and stuff like that. Now with mausoleums, like, I mean, when you go in there, like, I mean, do you think some of them are haunted, or you think they just?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely. We have a video of one of our videos. We did an not investigation, but we did a spirit box session in a mausoleum over by, it's called the Mission Burial Cemetery,
Mhm.
next to the Missions over here in San Antonio. And we went into mausoleum because, you know, it drew us in. And as we're doing investigation, the chandelier started swinging,
Oh,
And
wow.
it was knocking on the walls.
knocking on the walls, people walking, you know, that we didn't see.
Mhm.
And it's all on one of our videos that we did a while back.
Right, and but again, I keep telling people we're not paranormal investigators. We're just saying that we're seeing this and we're hearing this, but you know.
Yeah. It is.
So I keep stressing that to people because I don't want people to think that we're fake, because
Right.
everything we do is real. And I think another reason why we don't have that many subscribers is because that's all we do. They feel all they do is a spirit box. I can go listen to somebody else's spirit box. And that's true, they can, you know, but that is one of the reasons why I say we're Eddie and Jenn the Vlogs and then some, because besides the spirit box, we also do things for families or places that you can take your kids with special needs, you know, something like that. So we try to make it something for everybody and not just paranormal.
Exactly.
I think that kids, I think with kids like with autism and special needs, I think they're more prone to
Yep.
see and hear
Oh,
spirits
man, it's very
Oh,
because
man,
they don't
spirits,
have the
Manny
Yeah,
is
they don't have the like. They're more open to, you know what I mean. That
They're innocent.
Jimmy
that's
McKinnon's
how I think. I mean, my grandson, he's 7, and he tells me there's a little boy in his bedroom, and his name is Jack, and he plays with him. And they watch YouTube together. That's okay.
Wow, that's
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I did a couple videos with Tony where I'm teaching Tony how to use the spirit box, and I'm teaching him the old school way using the SB7. And you should watch that. It's really interesting because Tony is starting to pick it up now.
Wow.
He's really starting to pick it up. I've also done I keep wanting to say investigations. Actually, this one was an investigation because this place that we went to behind the church, the old field and
True Vision, right behind Kirby.
Right. It used to be a resort.
Mhm.
And what's funny about it is when I did the video on it and everything, I did my homework on it, the mayor of the city didn't even know there was a resort there at one time. You know, and even the chief of police chimed in on it and said, yeah, I remember that resort years ago. And so the city thanked me up and down for bringing up that old history that they forgot about.
Oh, wow.
You know, so they actually thanked me for it. And so now when we go to the city of Kirby, if I was to go and do a spirit box investigation, especially at night, the police say, hey, let us know, and we'll just make sure that nobody bothers you.
Exactly. Wow. That's
Can't
pretty
wait
cool.
that. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Hi,
Well,
Colleen.
because with churches, like, you know, back then they were made as safe havens, you know, for people that needed help and such stuff. What I want to understand is like when you go to church, it's like, is it just because they died there, or is it because of the land?
Well, on the one we did in Kirby, we found out the reason why the spirits were upset was because the owner of the church, when he bought the property and bought the land, on the deed it said that the owners of that property
We're racist.
Yeah, they didn't. No Negroes. No Negroes were allowed to own that land,
Wow.
and it's
That is
right
bad,
there
man.
in black and white. And so we felt, and I told the pastor of the church, basically the owner is upset, and that's why you're having things happen in the church. At one time, he was going to have us go in and investigate the church, and it might be my fault because I told him I'm not a paranormal investigator.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that, because I wanted to leave the door open for Brad and Barry Kling. So when I called Brad and Barry and said, hey, I have a place that you might want to investigate. So they went to try to call on the church, and the church decided not to.
Yeah.
They just wanted me to do it. And it's because it was a black-owned church.
Oh. Wow.
But it was a white man's property. And that's why they wanted no Negroes, even though the church was black-owned now. And they wanted me to investigate it, but not Barry and Brad. And so I bowed out of it.
Wow.
They want to lie to the church and say, hey, I'm a paranormal investigator. We'll come here and do this. I'm not. I'm a paranormal enthusiast, you know, and I only talk to spirits. I mean, granted, I have other cameras to where I can, if I wanted to go out and really investigate, I can, but I don't want to deceive anybody either.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And being something I'm not. And then you'll have other channels saying about Eddie and Jen, you know, you guys, they don't watch these people, nothing but fakes. You know, I'll tell you one thing that might help. But if you have a spirit that appears and disappears around the same spot, it's because its body is buried underneath where that happens. And you're right.
Yep.
Yes, because the spirit itself is displaced.
Me too, Jenny.
I've talked about that a lot. I agree with you, Jenny. I hate racist people. Hell, I got a color TV. It's a joke.
Oh, fucking, I know. Shit.
My mama says the same damn thing. She goes, I'm not racist. I own 3 color TVs. I said, Mama, that ain't right. She goes, what?
Yeah, we don't always see black and white.
Colleen, what's up? Long time no see, buddy.
Hi, Colleen. She is wonderful too.
I'll tell you real quick story. A real quick story. So my grandpa was a police officer back in the day.
Mhm.
And way back in the day, and she told my grandfather told my mom, if you even dance with a colored boy, you're gonna get turned black. That's what he said. And my mom was like, what? Whatever. So I was dating a guy. I'm like, when are we gonna meet this special guy? I'm like, trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, wait, he doesn't have a job. No, he's got a good job. What? He don't have a house. No, he's got a nice house. What? What's wrong with him? You don't got a car? No, he got a nice car. What's wrong with him? Nothing. But guess who's coming to dinner? She went, Jackie. I'm like, what? He's a nice man, Mama. He buys he buys your grandchildren stuff. He supports me, let alone.
Mhm.
So Thanksgiving comes around. We're all sitting at the table, and they're passing around the turkey, and I've never seen him blush so much in his life. Someone said, Jax, what kind of meat you want? Because then somebody popped up. Jack, she likes the dark meat. I said, oh, Lord have mercy. They laughed so hard that I saw him. He was red. I'm like, y'all right? He goes, your family's a hoot. I said, you have no idea.
Oh, shit.
It's funny how you bring people together. I mean, Thanksgiving brings people together, and it just from then on, my mom loved him to death.
It does.
How to break the ice, Eddie.
I noticed one thing though. You have a lot of wonderful channels that are in here.
Yeah,
and I want to tell all of them that all of you guys are wonderful, and don't let nobody tell you anything different.
They are good people.
You are good people, and whatever you do in life, just keep doing it, and don't do anything different, even to satisfy anyone, unless you're going to satisfy yourself.
Exactly.
I just want to let the channels know that
Eli,
I'm seeing them out there. I see you, and I love you too. So always give that love to your channels. Always give that love to them. Let them know that you appreciate them here, being here, and you appreciate them even more in the future.
Exactly.
That's how you pass that love and pay it forward.
And God loves you.
Yes, He does. God loves you so much. But it doesn't mean anything if you don't love yourself.
Exactly.
Love yourself.
Exactly. Amen. There you go. I mean, is it true? Is going back to it's also good when you go to locations to also do research on it. But some places some places already, when you go into a location, they already have it all out there set up for you, like prisons and everything. I know you did a couple prisons. It already has pictures and everything. But let's say you're driving down the road, just like we were saying earlier. It's also good to find out what the property belongs to. It could be the government. It could be anything. They can have your cameras. They can have, I mean, you never know. If the property is the floors are messed up, you might get hurt. It's always good to go with somebody, or make sure a loved one knows, where you are. Also, make sure your equipment working too, as well.
Right, and when you're investigating, especially if you're an investigator, you never really want to go alone. And it's always good to have that camera, because that camera tells the truth. So what you see, your camera catches it also. So this way, they don't go according to hearsay. They go by what they see, because you seen it and you shared it. I'm sorry, I was reading what Emmy said.
Oh, my bad.
The kids are so. Em is amazing, and I am going to make my way to Oregon. I want to see you and your husband in person. They've shown us so much love, Emmy, and we go back so far back, and she's just so good people to us, her and her husband. They treat us like I just can't even put it to words. She's just so wonderful, and when we meet, I'm looking forward to that day, because she is just, that's my kind of family right there.
And
like you, Emmy. Like you and Jax, and Colleen, you guys treat us like family.
Your family.
But our real family won't be there for us. you're right there. And
Exactly.
we need to treat us
Absolutely.
all the same way. We're all family, you know?
Exactly.
And that's why I'm
Yep.
trying to put the paranormal community back together again, to bring that unity back, real unity, not talking bad about this person and bad about that person, you know, because God only judges us. We don't judge other people, you know.
Exactly.
Judge me according to my character, not because of the color of my skin.
Exactly.
You know, just judge me for that, you know. And I think if we could just pass that love on to every community out there, the world would be a better place. I mean, look at what Russia getting ready to go through now, you know, and God bless them, you know. We don't want no wars, you know, but hey, what can you say? You know, history's repeating itself all over again. So we need to bring that love back, and I'm trying to do it with the paranormal community. So that's why all my videos at the end of them always have positive messages. So I don't downplay anybody. I don't downplay nobody's channel. I never have and never will, because I'm not better than anybody. None of us are. We just all great at what we all do. And just keep being great and keep being you. And that's what makes you unique.
Exactly. Exactly. I always say, you know,
I feel like I'm talking too much.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I'll always say you guys always gotta stay positive. Like you said about Russia and them. Even with this virus going on, you know, we just gotta be careful out there. You always wear protection, you know, and
Yes.
and no matter what, you can go online and talk to people. You know what? I know it's boring at home and everything, but you know what? It's gonna be okay, Sin. And then
There's someone
we'll all
always
get
here.
through it.
Like they're always like, I even tell anybody, and then they're having a bad day on Twitter or whatever. I'm like, I'm always here. Here's my, you know, you DM me. I'm always here. Even if you need to talk, even just to vent, to get it off your chest, I'm always here. So
Same
is
here,
Eli.
Jenny.
You know, I tell them that all the time.
And you know, Jenny,
Emmy, I don't know if I can help you out with that light situation, though, bro. Maybe get the socket checked, or I don't know. You got some, yeah, you got some people up in there playing with your lights, Emmy.
Oh, Jen, you can share
And it's not Alexa.
Eddie and Jen's son's YouTube if you want.
That'd be. Oh yeah, she asked that earlier, and Through the Veil said they got stepped out. Hey, thank you for coming in Through the Veil. You guys are so wonderful, and just keep being wonderful, because you guys really are. Some of y'all really don't understand how good that you really are. The good that you do for people. You yourself, Eli. You know, when you interviewing, okay, you're showing love automatically.
Exactly.
You're learning about that person, and therefore you're paying it forward.
Exactly.
So that person can pass love forward, you know, and we all need to do that. M does it a lot. M does it a lot on her channel. She's always passing it forward. And even though M could be silly as hell, you know, but still the fact that she shows love. She don't disrespect your community or nothing like that. And that's why I always speak highly of M, because she's always been there for us.
Yes, she's
Since
awesome.
we first started YouTube, you know, she was right there. Her and Fallen Angel, they were right there. They were the first people, you know. And so I always show a love to M.
Yeah, M is awesome.
She is.
Really is. Yeah, I like her hair. She colored it, I think. What's up, Amber?
Everything she does. Her and her husband, J Mac, you know. Amber's how you doing, Amber?
Hey, Vodka Vamp.
And Vodka Vamp is another one. Just wonderful. See, you got some wonderful people coming in.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Everybody just needs to keep passing that love forward. And we can make it doesn't even have to be paranormal, but we can make every community a better place by showing more love. And that's what we need to do. And just pay it forward. So when you meet us in person, what you see on video, we're the same in person.
Is what you get.
Right. What you see is what you get. And there's people that's met us in person that will tell you, yes, we're not fraudulent people. What you see is what you get. We're the same. We don't
I just got that song in my head, Jen.
Yes, I'm sorry. And then I'm shocked he didn't sing it.
No, I was as soon as he said it, I was singing that. I heard you start singing it. I'm like, oh, here we go.
I was shocked
Hey.
he didn't sing it.
But
So what do you?
That's what you get.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love my old
like
school.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think? What do you think about pendulums and um dowsing rods?
We have pendulums. You know, they're good to use. You know, for validation. I will say that for validation, they're good to use.
Where's the one we had?
You know,
Or do you put it in
you
the
can.
box?
It's still. I got it
In the
packed
box
away.
packed away?
You can use it to ask questions.
Hmm,
You know, but you
they
just
are.
gotta remember, it's just like using the SB7 or you be careful what you ask for. Pendulum or Ouija board or whatever you use.
You might not like the answer
you
you're
might
gonna
not
get.
like the answer you're gonna get exactly.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
but the pendulum is.
I
cool
have
to
one
use.
too. I have a copper one. I keep in a pouch.
I
Keep it
I
in like
have
a
dowsing rods.
belt pouch. Yeah.
We have dowsing rods, so we use that. I did a great spirit box session a couple years back at a cemetery where the spirit wouldn't talk to my wife, but then when I would ask questions, it would talk to me and come to find out it was a female.
What?
You know,
No, not sure.
And I think it was a female thing, but she didn't mind me being there, she didn't mind us being there. But it was just, I was kind of curious as to why she wouldn't talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm thinking though that it may have been because I think she was a slave at one time. So for Jen to be asking questions, she's afraid of her, like as if like a slave owner. And then for me to ask questions, she felt comfortable by me being African American. It sounds crazy, but this is just in theory.
A lot of black spirits don't really like to
talk
to white people because their past experience.
Right. We did a spirit box at a cemetery that people didn't even know was a cemetery. As a matter of fact, it was on the news, and that's one of the things I like to do also. If I do a spirit box somewhere, if it's something that was on the news, I'll bring the news clipping about it first, and then I'll bring the session.
Hi, Colleen.
You know what I'm saying? So that this way you can see the authenticity of it.
Colleen.
That I didn't just find this place. It was actually brought up by the news. So we found this old slave cemetery in a residential neighborhood, and they didn't even know it was there.
And it was a black
slave
cemetery.
Yeah, it was a slave cemetery. And so I got all kinds of readings, and I was using, I think I went, I used the dowsing rods, I used the Portal app, and I used the SB7.
Yeah, and they were actually really surprised that we came through.
Yeah, because these people were still cutting down the trees. And I have an interview with the guy that was cutting down the trees and all that stuff in the cemetery, and he was giving the story himself so that you can hear it. And so it's not just coming from my words, it's coming from his. And so we was doing a spirit box session and everything while these guys were working.
Wow.
Yeah, it was something else.
It makes you think like when they're cutting on, they're so used, like when the spirit dies, they're so used to their surroundings, like the trees be around the house and everything. And when someone cuts all the trees down, then they're gonna that's when all the like them making like knocks on the windows and everything else because they're changing their environment.
Right.
And that's what I was thinking right now. I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of.
Oh no! You're fine. I just noticed Dustin is here too. Hey, Dustin Camelman.
Is he?
Yeah, that's professional paranormal research.
Oh.
That's Dustin Camelman. Good to see you, Dustin. Amber's World said hi to all who said hello. My kid was making me message her face. Oh, massage her face. I said message. And lay crystals on her head. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let's talk about crystals. What do you think about crystals?
I love crystals.
I love crystals. It's just
I have them all over my house.
I have to remind people though that when there's a full moon, put your crystals in your window so that the moon can get that sunlight or that moonlight in so you can recharge them.
Yeah.
But sometimes people forget, But yeah, I love crystals. We have a whole bunch of crystals. We got crystals laying around here.
Exactly. Isn't it amazing? I was going to go back to like when you go into a location, right? And you go into a location and you could feel like if it's an old house, Victorian home, especially, like you could feel the energy of like the Christmases they used to have there, the laughters, the sadness, and
Dustin.
I mean, have you ever felt that kind of energy?
Dustin.
Oh no, Dustin in it.
Yes, that's Dustin. And yes.
Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I was talking to Jen. My bad.
Oh no. Okay, Jen, he was talking to you now. What's your
Yeah, what's up?
Victorian homes are one of my faves.
Oh, we love Victorian
I would
homes.
love to own a Victorian home. I would love to own one. But see, I'm infatuated with old stuff anyways.
Yeah.
I love my antique old things. I prefer old antiques over new modern.
That's why she married me.
Well, they have a story. That's what that's what factuates me is the story of this stuff and who owned it and how many people.
We have Victorian homes up here. One street, all Victorian homes. Jen, you'd love it. One street up here is all Victorian homes.
Oh my god!
Like because back then, Prescott was it was the town people came to. Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp, his brothers. So these homes are all historic. They're beautiful. Oh my, they're beautiful homes.
Oh yeah.
People live in them, but it's one street. It goes all the way up, and I'm going, I wonder how much it costs to live on this street.
We got some here too. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna vlog some. They're called King Williams, the King Williams district here in San Antonio, and I'm gonna vlog some of it because these homes are beautiful. And it's
haunted. The area.
Yeah, the area itself is haunted.
And it's next to the river, almost next to the river.
Right next to the river.
Yeah, there's a haunted one here too. What is it called? I forget what it's called. It's a hotel, but it's one of the oldest hotels there. Hotel Vendom. It's haunted by a woman. She was waiting for her husband. He went out to go get something. She waited for her husband. She had a cat, and they died there. So she haunts. She haunts the hotel. A cat and a woman. So they both haunt the hotel. So
I was reading.
I don't know.
Viking King said, "I love old things as well. Look at me. I'm old as hell too."
He is. He over there. Yep. No, Eddie, don't let him fool you. He younger than me. Why you over there playing you old?
Yeah,
he is old. Right there in front of me. Look, I'm old as hell.
I'm still waiting for my interview. He's letting give it to me.
I can reach out and slap him right now because he's right there. He's like, I'm old. I'm like, bro, no, you ain't old.
I was going to tell you why we haven't done live.
Hit the 50.
No, because a lot of people want to know why we haven't done live streams.
Okay.
And I wouldn't answer them on my DMs. I leave that blank. But now I'm going to say why we haven't done live streams. The reason why we haven't is because we've just been busy.
What's this?
We've been really busy, but that's me too, Cradle Bobber. Because when I met Jen, when she I don't cut to another conversation already. When I met Jen, we didn't get married till she was 18.
That's okay. Take your time.
She was 17 when I met her, and guess how old I was?
32.
Not you. Thanks a lot.
I think she said 32.
But that's how old I was.
She's old as hell.
Yeah, he was 17.
They say if you're born in the 50s and you're a woman, they say if you're born in the 80s and you're a female, you're a cougar. I'm going, what?
What? Are you all living in Texas?
Yes, we live in San Antonio. I love my breakfast tacos.
I know.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
The little gas station.
Talk about breakfast tacos. That's great dinner.
In the gas stations where they have the Mexican tacos are good.
Oh, I love going to a mom and pop Mexican
yum.
Or
they're the best. They're the best.
Best tacos. Best ones.
So let me ask you a question real quick. It's about haunted mirrors. Okay. Now we're thinking about so I'm looking at your pictures of mirrors in the back. Do you think that could be a portal too? Because it's like a window sort of?
Yeah, I think so. I would say on a lot of them, maybe due to age, You know how old the residence is,
and who made the picture too as well.
right? Who made the mirror? So yeah, I think age has a lot to do with it. You know, when it comes to haunted mirrors, especially if you have a mirror behind a mirror. And what I mean by that is, if you have a mirror in front of you and a mirror behind you, right there, you can open a portal right there in dead center. You know, you gotta watch for those doppelgangers.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's where the saying comes from.
Yeah,
Mirrors have many faces.
Yeah, a mirror has two faces. It's you and then the one in the mirror. And then the question is, which one are you?
Yeah. That was crazy. I heard that you could die actually meeting your doppelganger.
Yeah, if you meet your doppelganger, it can kill you.
I
learned that.
I can never say that name right.
Yeah, I learned that from Lorena Warren. I learned that from her.
How are they like? I mean, in person.
They were really nice people, really nice. When I met them at the seminar, we sat there for 2 hours, you know, and because I think it wasn't that she was shocked that I was African American and talking to her about it, but I think it was the fact that she knew I was sincere. And so she really wanted to sit down and school me, you know, and that's why her and her husband, right, and that's why her and her husband was telling me things that I could use. And then at one time, I had their phone number. And they said, if I had any more questions, give them a call. And so I would call. I only called them once, you know, and ended up going to visit them a week after the call, you know, and became good friends. And I went to see them just that one time. But then after that, I learned everything I needed to know. And to learn more, I wanted to learn on my own, you know. And then, like I said, when I met Jen, we got married in '98. That was the time that Ghost Hunters came on TV, you know, with Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson, Steve Gonzalez.
Love them.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
And so when they came on, we was like, wow, this is what we like to do. And they were coming on Sci-Fi. And then a year after them, Ghost Lab. And that's the Clean Brothers.
Yep.
And Paranormal State. And this was before I met the Clean Brothers. You know,
they were awesome.
Yeah,
Taps is what I think. So Tony said Taps.
Yes, Taps. Yeah,
Paranormal State. They went through a lot of stuff. I mean, Ryan he went through some rehab, and I hope maybe one day they all get it back together. It would be nice because all the
he made some awesome shows.
Things.
Yeah, Ryan Buell. He's out doing it now. You know,
he's out.
Is he?
Yeah, if you can, I think you can go on. He's on YouTube. I know he's got a Facebook. And he's back to doing it. I'm going to look him up. Yeah, Ryan Buell.
All right, good. I'm going to look him up.
Trying to get his trust back.
Yeah,
he was a really, really good investigator.
Yeah. What was that about Doppelganger? Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, Taps was the first paranormal show I got into. Yeah, same here. And then the second one that we really got into, though, was Ghost Lab.
I love
because of Brad and Barry's approach. At that time, we were still living in Ohio. And they were down here in San Antonio, their office. And their office is still here.
Wow.
Yeah.
They had one in Arizona, but I can't remember the name of the team. They did have one in Arizona. It was on for a little while, but I can't remember the name of the team.
I'm trying to I think I know who you're talking about. I know there was a YouTuber at one time named Paranormal Tyler. He's from Iowa. I remember when he appeared on Omar's. Actually, Omar had went to him. That's why it was. And then all of a sudden, if you notice, though, he stopped filming. Paranormal Tyler. He took his videos down and everything.
He did. He just stopped. He ghosted.
He just stopped.
Wow.
I remember that.
Yeah,
because I always go through me and Viking. We just Viking. His name is Jason, by the way. Me and Jason and I we sit and watch our you know, like I do our own. We do the YouTube here, and I still go through and watch all the shows that we have. You know, what we so Omar had a new one the other day, and I'm watching it going. I had to tell him, bro, you saw what you saw. There wasn't no shadow. It was something. You could see it.
Right.
It scared the crap out of him. But like Omar said, he's going back to his roots. No necrophonic, no nothing. He just wants to sit and listen. Like Eli always say, if you sit and you listen long enough, you'll hear them.
Exactly.
because when I passed, I sorry,
Oh,
because
no. Go ahead.
because when I passed, I felt that way. When I was
He
sitting
always
on
just chasing.
well, when I was sitting on when I had passed, like someone just putting stuff in my body, liquids and stuff like that, and I was sitting, when I was sitting on when I was sitting on a what do you call it, a shelf, and I
Mm-hmm.
was past ready, and I seen myself as a doll, and I remember me thinking that, and all my family would just ignore me walking away, and I'm like, if you could just listen to me, maybe you can communicate with me, and it's sad, it's lonely like that, when you're a
Mm-hmm.
spirit and your own family don't pay attention, but they can't help it.
Right.
It's only up to them if they want to hear you.
Right. It's called acceptance.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and it's up to them. We can't make anybody accept what we do. That's like the same with people that sit in your chat. People have to accept them, and if they can't accept them, then
Yep. I don't know who he is.
you still got to be you, no
I know
matter
he
what.
is.
You just the Sam who says I like gloves.
I
Well,
don't know if I don't
I-
know if he's I don't know. I've seen him in another channel. I don't know if he is a troll or what. I don't.
No,
Obviously,
I've seen him on the channel before. He actually corresponds with what's her name, West Haven, Always
Oh,
Forever.
West Haven,
Elena,
yeah,
he's always on her
awesome.
channel, and he seems pretty nice. I think that he may have a disability, and so he has never said anything bad or derogatory. So
No, I saw it the other day, and it was in here, and he said I like gloves, and everybody kept talking him out. So I didn't know if he was a.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, because it makes you wonder though, because you got all kinds out there, so you have to watch yourself. And I'm quite sure Sam is a cool guy.
Oh, he is a channel. He does like gloves. He has a channel on gloves. The
Right.
dude likes gloves.
Yeah, he does. Awesome. I
How do
like
I
him.
untime him out? Can you untime him out? I don't know how to do that.
Okay. I actually worked with someone at one time that wore
I
gloves
blew out.
every day. He
We
had
got
a
some
disability.
videos on some gloves. Up to
Yeah, I like his
Melissa, Paranormal Melissa.
Yeah.
How you doing, Paranormal Melissa?
Hey, Melissa.
Melissa. Hey, girl.
They are wonderful people.
Yeah,
You hit him. I'm hitting.
it's wild when you pass.
He's back. He's back.
It's interesting. Like, I mean, when you go through that void and you hear all these people like saying that they're sorry and that they shouldn't have done this and that, and that's all you hear is crying. That's all you hear is screaming.
Well,
That's the word, because when you die, you forget about like who you were and
Right.
what you have and everything. You're just worried about where you're at now and where you're going to. And it's wild. It's an experience that. Hey, David, what's up, man? Thanks for coming.
And it also gives you a testimony.
It is. It's scary. It's I
It's
bet
scary,
kids.
Now John, the paranormal guy, he also had died once.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that. I just haven't heard of his
Yeah, he's got
testimony.
a nice story. David Bingman, how you doing?
Dude's up. I haven't heard his testimony though. I gotta get
He
with him.
died once, so that's why he's got this thing with the spirits also. That's why he gets so many good readings too, because a lot of spirits know that, they feel that. See, people got to understand, spirits can feel your intent.
Yeah.
Because
Hey, Nicole.
you got to remember, they were people at one place at a time. So we have to treat them with the utmost respect. And you'd be surprised what you get in return if they know what's in your heart.
Yep. I agree.
So that's why we do what we do, to give them a voice, to let them know that they're not alone.
And guys, I mean, I say, like, whenever somebody's thrown at you, I mean, like me, I mean, they're facing their own demons. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not demons, but they're facing their own why they're there, and
Right.
they gotta accept why they're there and what's happened to them.
Right.
And if God gives them their chance, to give them their chance. But if not, like it's just like what I was shown is like white spirits here. When God comes back, He's gonna judge them again. He's gonna be like, hey,
Right.
do you know what you did wrong? Are you ready?
Right.
And if not, then I don't know where they're gonna go. I mean,
Right.
You
And
know,
neither
Eli
does
and I were
the
talking about that. We were talking about that, like when you go investigating. Like I have this theory, and I know it's a movie, and I have this theory, and I believe it. When you go to like an abandoned house, right, and
I just
it's
can't say
not
the rest,
trespassing,
though.
you go in there, and you knock on the door, You knock on the door. You're going into their home. They
Right.
may not know that they passed on. They may say, "Hey, what are these people doing in our house?"
Yep.
You know, like the movie The Others. It's kind of like the same thing. I mean, some don't know they passed on. That they're
Right.
still living in the house the way how it did look for them. But we're looking at a house that's falling to the ground.
Yep.
But they're living in their house, and they may look at us as, "What are they doing in my house?"
Yeah. Everything might look perfect
That's
to
what,
them.
I always would knock on the door and say, "Hi, my name is, can I come in and hear your story?" I mean, that's a better way of doing it, just to bust them open the door and going in there.
Right.
Even though the door is broken down, to them, their door is still intact.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And so that's why we need to treat the spirits with the utmost respect. Because I tell people, be surprised.
They deserve it. If we want respect, they should get respect.
Exactly. In order to get respect, you have to give respect.
They give it. Yep, that's right.
Some spirits, unfortunately, like I said also earlier, depending on how you passed away, if you were evil and nasty and cruel in life, you're going to be the same way in death. And there's
it's like that old man, get off my lawn, you kids, get off my lawn. He's gonna be doing that in death. Get off my lawn.
What I was shown, there was this guy, he hung himself, right? And this guy, what he was showing me, God was showing me is, if that guy would have repented himself 30 seconds before he died, then he would have went with the Lord. But now he's there. But it doesn't mean he's repeating himself. It's something that's mimicking him and making fun of his death. He's at a place of torment. Well, that whatever's going on there, it's not right. I'm not going to say isn't that name, but yeah. And there was another person that died of a heart attack when he was coming home. I felt that he was coming home from his daughter's birthday, but he sinned, and that's what you call residual. He was put in a residual place because God was showing him that, hey, like you're going to stick there until you, in your own mind, know what you did wrong. I don't know what he did wrong, but I can't say. But yeah, but still, that's how he showed me how it was like. And I felt his pain. I felt the heart. But he kept on dying heart attack, getting up, dying heart attack, going back to his car. But he know what he did was wrong. And that's why he's there. That's the reason why residuals are meant to be in this world. Because God gives everybody a place. You know what I mean? It's like people, when they go to hell, they find a place for that spirit, and they show everybody what people did. When I was in that void, like, you could feel the people's pain, you could feel the people's why they were there and why they should accept it. Because you felt it was like a quick clip how they were with mean people, how grandmothers were treating their kids. And I mean, you can see every clip of their lives, in one image, one step at a time, where they're just coming at you. I mean, it was so draining. Yeah. So that's all I can say.
No. You and everything you said is right. You're right. This is one of the reasons why, when we leave, you still have a choice to choose your destiny.
Exactly.
Before you die.
Exactly.
Double D said, Eddie, do you believe if you're nasty in life and you pass, do you believe they can change how they are after they pass? The answer is no.
Because they were already evil and nasty before they passed, unless they changed that aspect before they
passed.
Like they gave themselves, asked God to forgive them, and said that
Yep. It's
unless
like this.
that happens. No,
you have to have that change of heart quick. Because I tell people this also, that I tell people to live for that moment, because you never know when that moment's going to be taken from you. Okay. And if you didn't believe in God, believe in something. Okay. Because, once you pass, it's too late to call on him.
It's awful, Amber. It's awful.
It's too late. So get your life right now.
Before you pass on, because if you ain't right now,
I know.
Nope, you're gonna be wishing that you said, I want to get myself right.
It's like
once you go, you're gonna be wishing you did.
It's like in the ambulance when I was dying because of COVID and everything. I said, God, I'm sorry, forgive me for everything I've done. Please accept me in your kingdom. If I didn't say that, I would have came back. and he was showing me visions of everything, but they were quick, but it felt like a lifetime. You know, it felt
Right.
like, yeah, it was.
Right,
I
because
mean,
you'll see flashes.
yeah, flashes of things going on.
Mhm.
That's why when I explained it on my Q&A, it's that fast. It's that fast
Mhm.
because I mean you can't just picture everything. It's more like you're really there. You're really there. But you know what? In my experience with when I was gone, there was some nice people trying to comfort me and tell me everything's gonna be. But that people I didn't even know. I was in different people's lives that I didn't even know. Like I was in Jax's dad's. I think it's stepdad's life. I think when he was in the car, when he was in the truck, something like
No,
that.
that was my ex-husband.
Ex-husband. I was him.
Mhm.
Who would you look at and slap you right at your feet? You lucky you told me that later than sooner. You lucky. You told lucky that you no.
I seen her. I seen her house when it was brand new.
Right.
It was weird. I wasn't even in
Yeah,
her
it was.
bathroom.
Tell me, he told me stuff I never told him. I'm like, boy, what did I tell you something I didn't tell you? He
It's
goes, you never tell me this. I'm like, I
You
don't
know,
know. But I didn't
another
tell him.
thing I want to say though is even if the person didn't believe in God, you gotta believe in something. At least believe in yourself.
Mhm.
If
That I
you
wish.
can't believe in yourself, then everything else means nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like I tell people, before you can love anything or anybody, you gotta love yourself, because if you can't love yourself, how can you love someone else?
That's what the famous RuPaul says. If you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Gonna get an amen.
Exactly. Amen.
Amen.
Hey,
God
man.
is good. God is good. I
I
love
love
my
that
God.
RuPaul.
Hey,
I love him. Oh my Lord, I love him.
when
him.
when you're in that presence with God, man, you just want to go home with them. But when he says it's not your time, it's not your time. You got
Right, you know,
stuff to fix on
You
this
weren't
earth.
going, Eli, because him and I were gonna have a chat. You weren't leaving. I was down for that chat to come down.
Right,
When it came to
right.
it, he's got to go. I was gonna go. You know what?
Yeah.
Look, I feel some type of way about this, Lord.
That's good.
I'll
He
tell
ain't
you a
ready.
little secret.
He ain't ready.
I at one time was going to be.
I love pizza.
I love pizza too.
I at one time was going to be a minister. I was practicing to be an ordained minister. I kind of backslid in a way because I figure I can still do the ministry of the Lord, and I don't need a church. I don't really believe in the church anymore. I mean,
well, it says in the Bible where you pray is your temple.
Right.
Right.
So
I
you
don't
don't
believe your
have to
butt's
be in
got
a
to be in
church.
the seat. I don't believe your butt's got to be in the seat. I think it's
Right.
in your heart. You don't got to have your butt in the seat.
Wherever you are and you praise him.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it has to be in a set
Forgive
church.
others for
I
what
think
we
it's
do.
in what's you are your own church. Basically, you are who you believe, what you believe, and as long as you believe it, and your convictions, what you believe in, I think then you're gonna be good.
Well, Amber, I really can't judge. I mean, I can't. When I came back, I can't just throw out the Bible and say, "Oh, you guys are wrong." You know what I mean? That I don't know. That I can't really say. I can't say anything about that.
Don't lie, Amber. He judges me all the time. Don't let him fool you. Oh,
whatever.
Redhead by Nature said, "I've been here." What is it? Redhead by Nature. She said, "I've been here for a while, lurking. I just wanted to say hello, and I wish you guys all the best." Redhead by Nature.
Hey, Redhead.
You the best, and you don't have to leave. You're so more welcome to stay here. You're around good people.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome.
That's why I say everybody here is awesome. All of you are.
You can't judge no one by the way they are and how they
they
believe.
No, you can't judge people.
Everyone has their own beliefs.
That's me, ADHD OG. I am ADHD OG.
Amber said the Bible always mentions unicorns, dragons. I can't say nothing about that because I already know what's going on there. So I mean, there's some stuff I can't say. There's some stuff I can't say. So
yeah,
he showed me a lot of stuff.
Patrick, what's up?
Gotta get ready for my live. Much love. Hey, much
big
love,
heart, Patrick. Big heart
to you, bro.
Much love,
God
brother.
bless you. And he's another one that always shows us love.
He's
Him
awesome.
Patrick's awesome. So's Melissa. They're awesome people.
I got a question.
They are. I got a question for Eli.
When you almost died, did you see spirits coming to you all at once?
Not almost died. He died. He didn't almost die. He died.
Yeah, I was in the void. I actually landed on my hospital floor, and the demon started attacking me. The devil started attacking me, saying, "No one loves you. You're not gonna." But yeah, honestly, they were coming to me. Some were loving, some were ugly, some were just, with those black eyes, But hey, you know what?
Damn, it hurt.
I said, you know what? I don't know. It was just, it was a crazy experience,
I know he died because we're in my house one night. My grandson was here, and Jason was, we were just, talking to spirits in the house, and he says, "Babe, you need to get up," because I have the rounded couches. He says, "You need to get up and come over here." I said, "Well, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna get up." He says, "Come over here." Eli was sitting on my couch. Now I said to myself, "This is impossible unless there's one way." So I texted Vale. I said, "Vale, how am I seeing Eli here right now?" She goes, "I only know of one way." I said, "Please don't tell me that." She goes, "Yes, that's the only way I know he would be there. And I trust Vale with everything. Everything I know, I trust Vale. And for her to tell me there's only one way he was there, that's because he died." Now,
There's
did
pictures.
look, when you die, look,
I got pictures of
spirits have no time frame. They're not like us. 30 minutes could be 30 years. 12 seconds could be 20 years. Eli was in my house for a hot minute. Could have been 30 seconds, 30 years.
ADHD, what's up?
But he was in my room. Yes, he was in my living room talking to me. So
I'll see some real quick. Sorry,
that's all I know.
If anyone has any questions about stuff like that, some I can answer, just DM me and I can answer.
ADHD OG. What's up?
Yeah, I want to also say that pretty soon we're going to start live streaming again.
Yeah.
And we don't have to always focus on the paranormal. My focus on our live streams, though, is about love.
Positivity.
And
positivity.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
It's draining.
Because, you can talk paranormal all day long and it becomes draining. But when you talk about love, it can be so overwhelming, that you just, you got to get that love out. And so whenever you show up, we're going to let you know that we see you and we love you. And we need to keep doing that because the direction that this world is going is totally gas active. We have to show love and show more love and keep showing it.
And even if you're sitting at the table coloring your children or your grandchildren, showing the whole family, showing love and show now that you are as a family bond, that's all the world right there. I have a video of my grandkids open up those little Kinder eggs. Boy, those two were the happiest little boys in the world. And look, they were on YouTube and they were happy showing it. They were love, love, love. We love this. We love you, Ganana. We love. But you know what? That's when the world go round. Your children.
You got 3 channels?
They your legacy.
I'm gonna have to write his channels down. Viking King has 3 channels.
Yes, he does. He going crazy. He going little woohoo.
Look, write them down.
He may have one by next week again. I can't even keep up with him.
I was gonna open up the second channel.
Here's one amazing.
Send him to Eddie's channel.
Hey, here's one amazing thing. My fiance said she seen me in the corner before I woke up. She seen me in the corner as a spirit, looking like that. I remember doing that, looking in her room.
Really? Amber wants to know if you remember the conversations I had with you.
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird. Our conversations we had. We have sometimes almost the same exact dreams. When Eli was it's hard to explain. We were talking dream, like also in dream state. Jason would wake up and hear me talking to somebody. He heard me talking, but not Eli. But when he heard what I said, he's like, "Oh, she's talking to Eli," because certain things we said to each other that we know that I'm talking to Eli. I believe that I've known him in a past life so far away, and I knew he was my brother then, as he's my brother now. And Vale had said to me, she goes, "You guys have an amazing, you have a bond that, you know what, he talked to you in death." And I wasn't going to let him go, Eddie. I said, "No, sir, no give up." He came to me, he says, and I know it's Eli, and he says, "I'm tired. I'm tired."
That's wonderful.
I said, "I know you're tired, bro, but you know what? It's time to come back. You had enough rest. Work's over. Come on, we got to get back to work. Got to get grinding."
That really is. That's wonderful.
It is, and that's something that we have for the rest of our life to know that happened. We know it happened.
Mm-hmm. That is so wonderful. Papa, you gotta go potty?
I always say, like, I'm trying to get Terry, but like, just experience all these questions, like, overwhelm me, but it's okay. But God is good. He just showed me stuff that that
Well, he showed you for a
scary.
reason.
Yeah.
Well, he had a message for
He
you.
had a message for you, and that message for you was, "This is your testimony."
Yep.
He
He
wanted
wanted
you to
you
share this testimony.
Yep. I mean, I remember seeing my body. Okay, there was this one story
Yeah,
where
what's up?
what really creeped me out is I was in this home, right? There it smelled good barbecue and everything else. So I remember it was I seen half mortuary, half home, and I remember
Mm-hmm.
seeing my dead body that got this black shadow just open this little body bag and had my little my trait here, and
Just
he
let it
goes
go.
and he looked down at the thing. He goes, "You're not going anywhere," in the deepest voice, and that right there was just like, wow, like the devil plays tricks on you too. So
Yeah.
I mean, we had this conversation, and maybe maybe this is what Eli was supposed to do. Eli is known for a long time that I just say I don't believe in God, and I just for a long time I didn't, and talking to Eli more and more and more and more, maybe that was part of him coming back to show me that there is one there
Right.
is something up there, Jax. You need to. We've had conversations where he's crying, I'm crying. I mean, look, it just conversations that he goes. Maybe that was his reason coming to me saying, "Look, Jax, you got you. He's real."
Mm-hmm.
And some things I can't explain, some things I can't explain. But for Eli to talk to me in that way, it has to be. I
And you're
can't
right.
deny it now. I can't deny it now.
You
I
know,
mean,
that is
I
a
didn't
wonderful.
die with Eli, but I was there with Eli.
But let me ask you something, Eli. Doesn't it feel good to know where you're going when you leave here?
yes, you know what, I accepted Christ in my heart, and I accepted. I'm not afraid to die. I accepted that, he said he would accept me in his kingdom when I go, but it's not soon. But um, I know there's gonna be some ups and downs in my life when it comes, but I know that I
Right.
know already.
We're all going to have ups and downs in our life.
Yeah.
All of us. The thing
It
is how we rise above it.
yeah. It I when I came back, I needed some glasses, and I had diabetes I didn't know, type 2, because of it. Because before I ended up in hospital, I didn't have any diabetes at all, and now I
Mhm.
do. But it's good because I have it under control and everything. But there's times where, yeah, I mean, I think about the moments I seen, and it's oh man, I mean, there's times where I always seen the cross, always every time when I was in there. Well, I always say in there because like in. Oh man, just these angels. You can just hear them in the background, with angelical voices, like everywhere I went, comforting me, knowing that I was like really petrified and scared what I've been going through, you
Mhm.
know. I mean, when you're dead, guys, you don't feel like you're floating. You see through your eyes. But you feel pain. You feel everything when you're
Right.
gone.
Death is inevitable. It's all
Yep.
going to happen to us at
Right.
one
Yep.
point in
That's
time.
Yep.
We
the
can't
one.
escape it.
Like the one thing that's guaranteed in life is death.
Yeah.
That's
When?
guaranteed.
But it's when it happens. I mean, I don't think that people are like, oh, okay, well, it was, yeah, maybe people say, babies, they died before their time, but maybe those babies weren't meant to be born because they would have had an illness or they wouldn't have made it, or
No.
maybe, I don't,
Or
I can't explain why things happen. There are reasons for everything.
Right.
I don't believe in, I don't believe in circumstances. I think everything happens for a reason.
Right.
When you're born and you turn your teenager, your adult, and you go through life and bad things happen, my mom has always told me those are stepping stones. Those are things you've learned what to not to do, and you in your next part you don't do the things you repeated. Don't
And
repeat the things you already learned,
see,
because if you go back you'll never go forward.
that's the great thing about making mistakes
yeah.
is that you learn from them. That's why they're
Exactly.
called mistakes. Because then if you
Yeah.
do it again, then it wasn't a mistake in the first place.
Right.
Yep. Yep. And you know what? Like, I mean, a lot of people say if you die, you'll go into another life. I don't know about that. It's never happened to me.
Oh, reincarnation?
Yeah, it's
Incarnation.
reincarnation.
I don't know
I
if it happens. Every spirit's different. I'm sorry. Every spirit is different. I mean,
Right. I tell people this, they can believe whatever they believe. However, when that day does come, then you'll know.
Yep, exactly. Well, maybe so, because it's called karma. It's like I did a topic on it on the show um, where you're going through life, right? But if you do everything correctly, like God had told you to, yes, maybe you'll go to some other angelical being or something like that. I don't know, but for right now, I mean, we don't know. I mean, we're
Right.
gonna end up.
Well, you live and you die. That's
Yep,
the
exactly.
cycle of life.
That's the cycle. It's just
Yeah.
We are
and
born
that's how I
and we will
feel.
die. Yes.
You just start all over
Oh
again.
wow, sorry about that, Amber. Wow.
Yeah.
My
and,
grandson told me, my grandson, 7-year-old, says, Nana, I said, what? He goes, you know what? I got to tell you something. Oh, Lord, it's going to be good. He goes, you can't die. You got to live to like 150. I'm like, bro, you want me to look that old? He goes, but Nana, you'll always be here. And I said, buddy, you know what? Long before you pass, and I told all my grandsons this, long before I will be here to watch you have children. I will be here to watch you have grandchildren. But even when I'm gone, I don't believe that death is final. I don't believe that. I've always believed that death is not final. It's just another step. It's just another step.
Well,
That's
you're
how
just
they
a
talk to us,
Your
That's
body's
how
just
the
a
spirits talk to us.
Thanks,
Their
Vodka,
death
for
isn't
coming by.
final. Their
Thank
death
you.
state is not final. That's why they're still here. Maybe they're teaching us lessons that we need to learn.
Right. And if you're not learning it, then you might want to home in on where you're messing up at. And think about yourself. Think about, you got a chance now to change your life and change the narrative of the direction that you're going. And
God
just-
is everywhere too, as well. So
Right. But some people just choose to stay the way that they are. And you can't change anybody unless they're willing to change, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So
Vodka.
have a good night, Vodka, and God bless
Right.
you. Thank you for being here.
We love you.
We love you. So the person has to be willing to change. That's the first step. And then once they can admit the wrongs that they've done in their life and repent that to start their life over again. Once you're born again, the world looks different. The food
It's true. It's
The-
true because
the smell, your senses come back.
we don't know when we're going to die. We have no
Right.
idea when we're
We
going
don't
to die.
know.
So if you're going to keep going on, you go, I got till I'm 90 to get right. Nope. No,
That's
no one said that. That's
Yep.
not a guarantee.
You can drop dead right now.
Boom.
Yep.
And if
Yep.
you're not right, you're wrong.
Right.
Mhm.
So the time to get yourself together is now.
Yep.
I also
I
say
agree.
today will soon be history. Tomorrow is still a mystery. So
Yep.
we have to make
Exactly.
best of what we
Exactly.
have now. So change it now before it's too late.
Yes. It's real, guys. It's a struggle. It is real. I mean, there's something out there greater than us.
Oh yeah.
And
You and
guys,
I
I
still
mean,
have the conversation.
can't-
I'll tell him, I said, well, if there's a
you
God, why
can't
is
fix
this? And he'll
anything.
go, Jax, you can't think like that because it's like this. And then I'll start thinking. He goes, are you serious? Are you
There's
listening to
so
me?
much
And we have
more.
these conversations, and I'm like, well, what about this? And he'll go, well, what about this? And then I start thinking, going, So do I believe in something greater is out there? Absolutely.
Oh, I believe
Absolutely.
that you can sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes.
My great grandfather is Robert Johnson. If
You want to know where they go?
No. Crossroads?
Yes,
No.
that is
What?
my great grandfather.
Oh,
That's
I know
one of the
the
reasons
movie,
why
I
I
know.
look just like him.
I thought I didn't want to say that. I don't want to say because maybe that's not real. Maybe. I know it's based on true story.
Right,
But
they say all black
Crossroads,
people look like
man.
no, but actually
You
I
do.
look just like my grandfather.
you
My
do.
great grandfather. And I think generationally it almost passed to when I got my musical talent basically through him.
Wow.
So it's just in the gene. Now I remember hearing a story about how he sold his soul to the devil and all that. I think there's something to it because the fact that he wanted to be a guitar player, a great guitar player, and he was. He was just that. And I heard the stories about him, using his soul as a contract. So, and he died at the age of 27. As a matter of fact, he was the very first person in the 27 Club. He was the very first one.
Oh yeah.
because then you also got Kurt Cobain, and it goes down that list of people that died at the age of 27. So, you know, did he sell his soul? I don't know.
I believe there's contracts.
But I do believe that there is soul contract. Because you got to look at it like this. If you can give your life to Christ, then you can also give your life to Satan.
Do you? I mean, I would say it, but I'm not. But I know where they go.
Right. You know, but yeah, I'm proud to say that was my great grandfather, the late Robert Johnson.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You never know. Small world. You never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah. Sometimes the spirits are sent back to guide the other members of their family. That's a fact, right
that
there.
Is
my
a fact.
grandmother is my guardian angel.
Her guardian angel. Yes, and her grandmother is basically with us now.
My grandmother follows me everywhere, and I, for a fact, know this has happened, and she's my guardian because when my grandmother died in 92, my son Cody was born 93, a year later. It's like she died for me to have him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came after she passed away a year later. And then when my son was 6 months old and he was outside in a walker, and I left him with my brother's friend to watch him so I can go answer the phone at the next door neighbor's house. My son fell down all the steps in his walker.
Wow.
You heard it. Him. I get to the hospital and the doctor says, "Oh my God, you had a guardian angel," because nothing was wrong with my son. Nothing. Wow. They said it's like the spirit, like something like held him as like wrapped themselves around him as he was going down the steps.
Wow. I do believe that, because every time I do live streams, I mean, Amber has seen him, and Vale just sent me a message a little while ago. She goes, "You have a visitor," and I said, "Oh Lordy, have mercy." So she sent me this.
Well, I was gonna show them. Sorry.
And I said, she goes, "I get the name Charles." I said, "Yeah, that's my papa. He's always right here."
Yeah. We always had so many issues. Like my mom, that it's funny because that same day when that happened to my son, we were on our way home from the hospital. My mom was coming in the hospital in an ambulance as we were coming out. Damn. She wrapped her car around a tree trying to get to us.
Oh my God.
And only thing my mom got out of that was 3 broken ribs. Wrapping her car around a tree trying to speed to get to us.
Wow, sorry about that, Amber.
My sister had my daughter Megan, and in a car seat in a carrier, and she goes, "Well, I'm gonna walk ahead and take the baby in." When she gets up the steps and she drops my daughter and she hits her head on the concrete. She's like 3 months old. Oh, 4 months old. So we get there, and she's like, she's fine.
Wow.
She hit her head on the concrete. She hit her head on the concrete. How's she fine? Like, she's got a little lump, but she's fine. She's gonna be fine. So this one is going, graduate high school, going to college, which would, and my sister goes, "See, I dropped her head and made her smarter." I'm like, "See, that's the stuff right there. You didn't make her smarter." I don't know what was looking at for that day. My grandmother, my grandfather, whatever, because they have passed on, before I had children. But I mean, you never know who's with you. Like, that's always
very true.
I see him, like Amber we were doing we were interviewing AAP, and Amber goes, "There's something behind you." I said, "Salt and pepper hair." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "White t-shirt?" She goes, "Uh-huh." I said, "My pop. He's always right here. Every time I do a live stream, he's right here. Just to say, hey Jack, you're doing good, girl. I'm watching you." And it makes me emotional because he died when I was 8. But I remember my mom picking me up from school and saying, he's gone. But 8, you can't process at 8. You can't process at any age like that. But I put my picture I drew for my pop on his gravestone. And I'll never forget that day. I mean, my grandma died when I was 16. You don't forget those days. But I had such a good, amazing relationship with my grandparents. That's, I believe, what has bonded us. I was
Misty Mountain.
Every day I was with my grandparents. That's why I think they have this bond.
Yeah, my grandmother died while we were at the hospital. Like, I was in the car. I didn't know it happened. My mom went up there to get my grandmother out of the hospital because it was the day for her to come home because she was admitted for having the flu. She was really sick. And that day was time for her to get discharged to come home. And my mom went up there to go get her. And as soon as my grandmother stood up out the bed, she just collapsed and died in my mom's arms.
It's so weird.
It said that a blood
What
clot
happened?
burst and went to her heart and killed her immediately. And it's like ever since then, I feel like you feel it. My grandma's with me everywhere. Like I've been through car accidents after car accidents I almost died having my son. I've been through so much in my life, and I just feel like my grandma's been there to, be our guardian angel.
And we've also almost lost our boys, 2 of our boys, Tony and Manny.
So I feel like she's been my protector and my guide from the evil spirits, because she's always, having that gift of seeing spirits and hearing them and feeling them. I feel like she was my guide. She's my spirit guide.
Now with the spirit guide, I know I have one. It's a female, but how do you feel? How do you feel them?
I feel them. Just they're always there. You just know.
Okay, because I'm sorry, but
you're fine. You just know, like
yeah.
You're walking. It's just that feeling. Like for me, I get the goosebumps. I get the filling up my back. You know what I'm saying? The spirit, and that's what. Same thing. It tells me when a spirit is good and when a spirit is not good. If I get goosebumps and I feel the spirit going up the tingling feeling going up my back, it's a good spirit.
Yep.
It's a fine spirit. But if my stomach starts to turn and I'm starting not to feel so okay, and I start feeling antsy and paranoid or anxious, it's not a good spirit. I'm like, I get headaches and I'm like, nope, I'm done. Nope.
Well, see, I thought, like, because way back then before COVID, I don't feel that person now. I don't feel it. But I remember I had the TV in my room, right? It was one of the old TVs where you had a sharp TV. I got it in the garage sale. And, like, I would go to the bathroom, it would turn on by itself and turn off. And you know how you have those little containers where it clips when you shut it? One time I had nothing on it. I had nothing big or anything else. And all I know is that it just shut by itself. Or
that's more of a
you know what I mean?
Like, giving you attention, trying to get your attention.
Yeah,
that's more of someone trying to ask, get your attention to ask questions. Like they need your help for something.
They need guidance.
Or questions, or to let you know they're there.
Right. So they'll turn on appliances or turn them off. Same thing with lights. Knock on doors. Whispering,
you wouldn't know where it's from. Those are just spirits that are trying to get our attention.
And we have that stuff happen here. Actually, almost everywhere we move. It doesn't matter where we move. Something's going on.
Hey, Ron, how's it going?
It's crazy. But that's the zany, crazy life we live.
It is. Like, now when I came back, I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel them. I don't know why.
Because you died and then you answered their question.
Yeah.
When you died, you must have seen them when you died, and you answered the question
for
them. So
I'll tell you a story. I woke up, and I don't know if it was just delirium or not, but I woke up. I was in the hospital, and the whole TV shut off. It felt like the whole building shut off, and like I didn't see no nurses, no nothing in that hospital ward. So then all of a sudden I hear, "I'm here." So and I vision her as like a dress, like a purple dress. And she was saying that I'm not alone. And then I look on one side and I see, like, how a snake just swivers, you know what I mean? And it said, "I know you see me," like that. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? And it's weird.
Probably a spirit that died there in the hospital.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them.
Right. You're the only one that can see them.
Yeah. And then there was the last one thing I heard was, I remember I was telling my girls, I was really scared of what happened. I was like, I'm going to stop talking about the paranormal because it what God wants. And like, I hear dog whimpering, when they're in pain. And I was like, what is that? TV was off. They don't allow dogs in hospitals unless you're blind. But at the same time, like, you just hear a dog whimpering around me. And my girl's like, what is that noise? Is that a dog in your room? I was like, nope. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only dogs are allowed in hospitals or guide dogs or.
Yeah. There's some.
That is really interesting.
I experienced a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it's something that I can never. It's so much, you know, and I can never detail. It's like when you go, like in the background, it's not as sunny like it is now. It's more like grayish. Time stops around you. The
Right.
only thing that matters is what you see in your eyes.
Right. You
But
know.
I don't. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're done. I'm done.
No, I was gonna say, you were meant to see these things because these things is telling you basically what your journey is going to be like
Yeah.
when you do leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's giving you like, how you go to watch a movie before you see the movie, you see the trailer. So you'll watch the trailer of the movie before you actually see the movie. So what you're seeing is a trailer of your life so that you'll be prepared for that.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is the thing, it's also telling you that we all need to prepare our life.
I don't want to go back to that situation where I was. It's
Right. I mean, but once we leave here, this shell of ours, there's no choice because we've already seen the trailer. So God's letting you know this is what's going on, this is what's going to happen, so that when it does happen, you're already prepared for it.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it's doing. And you got to really pay attention to those, those little cues, because God sends messages to you, and sometimes we misinterpret them, and that's like I told people, if God wants your attention, he's going to get it. Whether if you're doing something so wrong and so screwed up in your life, he'll have you thrown in jail or have you thrown in prison. But one way he's going to get your attention, because what's the first thing people do when they go to jail? They grab that Bible, that Gideon's Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wanted you to do.
I didn't get that. Sorry, Amber, I didn't get that picture, so I'm still waiting for a picture.
So we got to take those cues for what they are. So God bless you that you came out of it, though, because he made you a walking testimony.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is your way of telling your story.
I will respond back to that question after, okay? So it's kind of I'm talking to Amber. It's kind of like in detail, it's going to so like, you don't want to be there anymore with them. So, I mean,
The accident we had when my daughter was 6 weeks.
She
went off the hillside. A huge tree stopped us. The branch came in the passenger side.
I'm still waiting for the picture. So
she had an angel with her.
Yeah, there was an angel.
God said it wasn't time.
Yep.
Believe me, if it's not your time, God's going to do things to have. He'll send angels to stop them. So if it's not your time, there'll be ways that he'll send the angel to intercept and let you know it's not your time.
But when you see, real quick, like, let's say, the devil could be a deceiver, okay? You see him as some people see him as a beautiful light. You know what I mean? Try not to, when he brings families up to you like that, like your old family, they might not be your family. You could be deceived of that. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people ask questions. You know what I mean? Where you come from? I mean, you ask about God. You know what I mean? If they don't like the word God, it's not really them. It's not really your family members. He is a real deceiver. That's what I know.
Right, and you're right, because some people don't like we've took God out of school. It's not that they don't like God. A lot of people don't like hearing his name. Some people feel threatened. By just hearing about him, but then when we leave here, you got to go before him. And you can't change your life yet because it's all a little too late. That's why I tell people you believe in whatever you want, but you got to do two things. And that's believe and love yourself. If you cannot believe in yourself, then nothing's going to be possible for you. And if you cannot love yourself, then you cannot love anything else. You know,
Exactly.
so those are just two things, and that's just my own personal opinion.
Here goes the car accident she was showing me.
Wow,
Yeah, I don't know if I could zoom in more, but that's crazy.
that is crazy.
That was an angel watching over.
Yeah, that's an angel watching over.
Yeah, it was.
That's why I say take those blessings any way you get them. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and take them.
Mhm.
And don't take them for granted. They're given to you for a reason.
Thank you, Amber, for sharing that. And I will respond back to you. It's kind of hard talking about that, but I will respond back to. Well, I did. That's why I did like say something like deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
He could come at you as kind and everything, but he's not. Don't. Anyways, so
It then got quiet.
it's a moment where it's just like I don't want to remember.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Viking King
what?
said, I've read all of the King James Version, Part 3, and
Oh, I didn't.
the others. And
I
and
mean,
that's good. I mean, if you don't, I tell people this: you don't have to go to church and love God, though. I mean, because I myself, we don't go to church. My thing is this on the church. The church kind of ruined itself because you also have what they call false prophets. You know, because I look at it like this. How
that's
can
a better
that's
yeah,
terrible.
it is terrible.
Eli, I just gave you your moment of silence where I don't talk. That part where it's real quiet, that was your moment. You can get no more, bro. That's it.
Oh shit!
Shit. You had your moment of silence. I was talking. This time I wasn't talking, bro. You
Hey,
were.
we ain't in high school, brother. Shit.
Bruh. Yeah.
That's wow. God bless you.
Hey, what was started?
Damn, I forgot what I was saying.
The only reason why I say this is because I'm not allowed to say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Some things you can't say, Eli. We've talked about
I want to say. I want to.
We talked about it, but this is what I tell him, and Misty told him the same thing. Some people are on their direct path. Now, their direct path they're going, they feel they're good about. What if Eli was to say something like whatever he had to say to them, and it ruined their path, and it took them another way, and that's not the way they wanted to go?
Shut up,
You have to be careful. Ron, look, I have to, Ron. Because you know what? He don't ever let me talk. He tells me to shush. He tells me to mute. You know how mean he is to me.
Hey, we love you too, Amber.
Slave driver. Thinks he's my boss.
I gotta admit, I still had nightmares of all everything that I experienced. But I laugh about it. Because you know what? God is good. And
thank you, Ron. I love you too.
Right.
well, I know you guys are busy too. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, guys, because you know get a little tired. Trains every time I talk about it.
Yeah.
But we will raid the Veils. You want to get her link and throw it out there?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, and everybody, feel free to stop by our channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna
if you
throw it out
don't
there.
want to subscribe to us, that's fine.
I'm subscribed.
Family.
Me too.
I'm
I'll be there.
subscribed. I've been subscribed. Ever since all that video, I'm like, subscribe.
We are going to be doing a live stream again soon. I got another video I'm going to upload pretty soon of the house that we went to, the apartment. And I did a small spirit box session. But then the message after that, I want you to pay attention to the message because the message is about love.
Oh, cool.
And I just want you to listen to that message because we, at this time of our lives now, with what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine, we really need this love. We really need love.
Yep.
You know, so we all need to get together and stop this nonsense and just love one another.
Exactly. Life is too short for that.
It is.
There's Eddie and Jen's link. Eddie and Jen.
Yeah,
and
Susan has been with us for a long time.
I dropped the thing for Veil. She's reading cards right now.
You know,
Eli,
if you ever interview anyone else, Misty Mountain would be a great one because her house.
Susan's amazing.
Susan is amazing.
Yeah.
You should watch her live streams.
I've seen it.
Have you? She got some stuff, and I love
It's
Susan and her husband. Man, they are great people.
What about dead links, Eli?
Oh, she
trying to mess
it
up
out
any
there?
stuff. You put Veils. You put dead link.
Oh, hold on, give me a second.
I always tap on the link to make sure it's right before I drop it again.
It went to Monkey Wrench.
It does
Monkey
go to it
wrench.
does go to them.
It was a monkey wrench in the digging system.
Let me
It,
see.
it does
They
go to
just said it
them.
was a monkey wrench.
Hold on, give me a
Oh,
second.
it doesn't show up.
Oh, it does show up. It's at the bottom of the description. Go ahead and click on there. Here, I'll send another link to them from
Not
there.
there.
It goes to the channel. I just went right to it.
There you go. Here goes another one.
Clicked on
Hook it up, guys. Hook it up.
Well, I know what the heck y'all clicking on. I got him. I saw Eddie Jenn right up.
Yep, exactly. But you guys, if you have any questions about what I experienced and everything, let me know. Or
Oh, I know, Misty. Vale already sent me a
more-
picture.
I'm more happy to answer your questions as best as possible. And this might not be a pretty saying, but it is what it is, and God is good always.
God is good.
And guys,
Try it again.
The dang wrench, anything.
remember,
Well,
guys,
you got their link.
thank you for believing in our journey. Thank you for letting us be part of yours.
Oh,
And
you
God
are
bless
always
you.
welcome. You are always welcome. I thank you for having us up. I
Yeah,
really do.
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
anytime, Eli.
And I tell you, Eddie, anytime I watch a video, I do comment. So you know,
Yep.
sometimes I comment a lot, but I do comment.
And I put the link up there again also.
Okay,
to make
thank you.
sure.
Eddie.
And Jen, you get better, girl. Relax. We'll get that pillow. Don't be doing no. Look, Eddie gonna have to pull some weight. Let him do it. Let him do it because you can't do nothing.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you for having us.
And
And thank you
Good night,
everybody for
everybody.
coming in. God bless you.
Good night, everybody.